What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. We're so dedicated to talking about all the progress things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And I'm Veritas. Which I feel like I never say.
Yeah, I was about to say, ew.
It feels weird saying my name. It feels weird and like a weird self-serving, like I shouldn't shout myself out.
I'm Veritas. You should know that by now.
I love that just reminds me of, I remember the early days of streaming, how the idea of self-promotion was, dude, it's so funny. There were a lot of streamers that were like new to streaming when, like, you know, I had like fucking 3 viewers, you know, last week.
Zinger.
Got him. Where people would they do that whole cheeky thing where they show up into your stream and they'd be like, "Hey man, just about to start my stream. Got some fun." And it's like,
got a jet, gonna go fire up the stream.
Cool, man. You know what I mean? That there was that whole like self-promotion sort of thing. And then there were the people who had, you know, TV in their name and then TTV in their name and that whole thing.
Yep.
And I remember one of the contexts was actually in Tarkov, how people would put TV in their name, in-game name.
Yep.
Not like TTV in their Twitch name.
No, yeah.
Which I think is kind of a different thing, but like TV in their in-game name, which first of all is how like half of the OGs you watch today, you only heard of because they became friends and grew together with their streams because they met when they had TV in their name.
Exactly. I had it in my name for like 2 years, yeah.
And I just remember people talking about, it was almost like kind of similar to what happened with YouTube and clickbait. The idea of self-promo in the Twitch world became like a bad thing. Like, you know, don't go into other streams and promote. But then like self-promo was linked to a bad thing. So then like the idea of promoting yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Somehow
we threw the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just this idea that it was like, like, oh, self-promo. But I'm like, if I don't promo, who else is going to promo for me?
Who's going to promo?
And it just reminded me, of the latest slew of comments on my YouTube video, which is funny, is like, every day there's a new title and thumbnail for your video, bro. Like, I like your content, but like, it's scummy. Like, what's like, and it's like, what I want to know is who's. Why is it scummy? Finish the sentence. It's scummy because. Is it misleading? Is it? Is it clickbait? I don't think you could say like something might be like a thumbnail and a title might be clickbait, but like not changing titles and thumbnails.
I saw that in that's like it's a meme now in Veritasium's content.
Because he made a video about it. He was the famous one.
Well, yeah, but he was doing like all of the comments were always like at 7:43 p.m. on this day, this is the title. Because it was like, it's the title of the video. Gonna change. Yeah, like every video he would post, the first like 100 comments were always like, this is what the title is now. And at some point, I think,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? They were. It was like snarky. It was like, he's gonna change it. This is what it is now. And at some point, it's funny. I think it was him. Maybe it was like John Harris or someone else. I think at some point he just responded, and the response was too succinct, so it just went over their head because he was like, YouTube allows us to A/B test, so I'm not changing them on the fly. And then the comments just did not understand what an A/B test is, and so they were like, it used to be this, and now it is. Now it's this. You're changing it. And it's like, he just didn't explain it enough, or they just didn't Google it, where it's like, you can just set 3 titles and 3 thumbnails before you press go, and then you might see 3 different title and thumbnail come, but I'm not live changing it. I'm literally asking YouTube to say, tell me which one is the best one. And then when it does, it just kind of converges on that one, or it separates into 33, 33, 33, and then I don't know what happens if you just let it go from there. But it's just, it's funny.
And that's some number of the changes that people are seeing. There's some number that it's like.
And then sometimes you are changing it.
I'm doing an A/B test, and then I'm doing another A/B test. And part of it is that nobody understands how the fucking feature really works and what things make a difference. And in order to figure that out, we kind of like we can either go blind and pretend like we know, or you can do what I'm doing, which is like some science to try to figure out what makes a difference and what doesn't. But even then, at the end of the day, you saw a different JPEG.
Yeah.
Like, are you that, like, worst case, you clicked thinking it was another video.
Yep.
And what, you got inconvenienced 3 seconds out of your life. Imagine writing a comment for being inconvenienced by clicking
Imagine seeing more than one like movie poster for a movie. Like, fucking, that'd be so cringe, dude.
It's almost like you go for a job interview and you don't get the first job. So it's like, imagine going in for get another job interview. Like, what are you're gonna try and do it again when you failed the first time?
Also, meanwhile, like, I think I read something about this where like Netflix on like when you're scrolling through Netflix, have you noticed that they moved away from using the poster of the movie or TV shows? And what they do now is it basically selects frames from the show, from like an episode of the show or from the movie that it thinks is like relevant to like you. So if you're watching the movie, it might show, if John Bernthal's in the movie, it might pick a frame with him in it and put that at the front because I watched a John Bernthal movie in the past. But if you're like a woman, it might pick, Emily Blunt because she's in the movie and it'll put that there. And it's like, I've been scrolling through Netflix and seen like a movie or a TV show I've watched before, and like a third string character was the poster, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's so weird. But you're mad that like some YouTuber made 3 thumbnails and is trying to get like decent amount of views on this video. I don't know.
What it's not. See, what's interesting to me is that I think they think I'm like that someone would be doing it for different reasons.
Yeah. I'm
being scummy. Like, it's a scummy thing.
I've been told that I'm doing it because I'm trying to get viewers that watch the video to watch it again.
Oh, right. That whole.
But that's such an insane. That's such an insane. Like,
yeah, you're gonna get tricked into watching a 6-hour video without knowing you watched it already.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like. Once again, assuming that's true, let's give you the grace and say that is what I'm doing. I'm only duping the stupidest people on planet Earth to like get them to watch my 90-minute Tarkov movie twice because I changed the thumbnail as if they wouldn't remember the movie
for 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, they're like, yo, I swear I've seen this before. Yo, oh my God. This is the biggest ever deja vu. Oh my God, we live in the Matrix. There's a different title and it's the same video. How could this possibly be?
Like, wouldn't that hurt the analytics to get people who clicked on it before to click on it again, realize they've already watched it 3 seconds in and then click away?
But see that, like, again, this is related to kind of a separate issue where it's like there's a thing that people don't understand. And so the conclusion they come to is that they do understand it, and it's this specific thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why would you come to such a dumb conclusion? I just like when there's something that doesn't make sense to me, my natural conclusion is my initial assumption must be wrong.
Yeah.
And usually when I end up Googling it, I realize, my assumption was wrong because that didn't make any sense, what I thought.
Yeah. I
don't assume like this stupid thing that I thought of has to be the thing, and now I'm gonna criticize someone for it.
But once again, like you said many times, it's like I feel like people are really tired of getting taken advantage of, and so they operate with this like I think the type of people I don't want to say all people. I think the type of people that leave that type of comment are the type of people that operate basically their day-to-day lives under the assumption that like you're trying to scam me about something. And then when their little red flag goes up, they go, Veritas changed his thumbnail. He's definitely trying to scam me about something. What is it? And then the first explanation, the first extension cord they can get from A to B, they've made the connection and that's all their brain needs. I knew it. I knew you were trying to scam me. And look, I proved it's possible. So you've got to be. And it's like, that's a crazy way to operate. Anyways, that's funny. How is the video, has it picked up at all? Is it still just kind of like coasting? I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but I couldn't fucking believe that graph you sent me. That's insane. The subscribe, not subscribe thing. That
I don't get it.
That's wild.
Yeah. So for context, I'm still in like desperation mode where I'm trying to understand what like what it is that's causing the video to just perform so mid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, haters will say that it's because the video's mid. Like, listen, just because you got a C- in critical thinking in high school doesn't mean that the first thing that came to your mind is the explanation. There's like 9 trillion different things that can affect a video's performance, right? Could be that the video's dog shit. Could be the title's bad. Could be the thumbnail's bad. Could be that you are showing content that's like either violent or provocative or whatever, and it gets limited monetization, which means limited distribution.
Yeah.
There's a million things, right? Now, oh god, and it gets complicated because so initially I had that demonetization. Sorry, not demonetization. You can call it demonetization because the monetization was turned off.
Yeah.
And effectively, I mean, it says like monetization off, but it's not off. It's on for Jubilee. Basically, because I had like 90 seconds of Jubilee footage in the video or whatever. The 7-hour video, 100% of the monetization by default, the moment I uploaded it, was set to go to Jubilee. And I had to dispute that because they're automated systems.
Insane.
They're automated. I mean, yeah, I don't know if like Jubilee just like instantly submits all their stuff. They probably have a company because they're a bajillion, subscriber, whatever. They probably have a company that automatically adds their stuff to an automated content ID system.
Yeah.
So there's that, which already like there's a question mark as to if that could affect it, right?
Yeah.
B, now before I even forget, this is kind of tangential to this, but it's also I have a sponsor for the video.
Mm-hmm.
I want to deliver want to deliver value for them.
Yeah.
So I have, in some ways, a fiduciary responsibility to try and do my best to maximize the views.
Yeah.
To give them the value there. So it's not just like I want to clickbait people, whatever. But then there's also the other thing too there, which I noticed in that kind of halfway through the first or second. Yeah, we're in the second week now. Halfway through the first week when the views were kind of meh, one of the things I decided to do was just see if I could kickstart it in a way by spending like $100 basically on
on the Google ads
promotion. And that instantly got disabled for the reasons that you might get demonetized for. So let me figure out where that promotion, and I think maybe the second one probably just got disapproved. I love it. They charged me $25 and then they disapprove it. So it got disapproved because it has shocking content, dangerous or derogatory content, election advertising. Fuck off. Like, oh my God. This is the shit I have to deal with, chat. I can't promote my video with their paid system because I'm advertising election shit.
Oh my God.
And people are mad at me that I have to change my thumbnail. It's like, I gotta work around what I gotta work around. It's not, it's not my fucking fault.
That's insane.
So there's just nothing I can do with any of that. And then the thing that I sent to Jesse, which kind of blew my mind, is now since I've pivoted to this long form skepticism, science, real life, cultural, debunking, whatever you want to call it, content, right? Obviously, my audience, there is a Venn diagram where there's overlap between the Tarkov and the FPS community, but it's not a ginormous overlap, but there's an overlap, but effectively when I release these new videos, I kind of, the hope is that it just gets out to YouTube as a whole, and not just my subscribers, because it's like most of my subscribers probably aren't interested. And if you look at the analytics so if you look at like the Billy Mitchell video, which is the most successful video on my channel, and you look at the audience, what you see is 92% of the watch time came from people who were not subscribed.
Yeah.
Which it like goes to show. Which
is like a good thing if you're a YouTuber, because that means your video is getting out to people outside your bubble. You're like, oh, hell yeah.
Yep. So that was the Billy Mitchell video, the Flat Earth video, which has done. I would have been happy if it did as well as a Flat Earth video.
Yeah.
But the Flat Earth video is 65% not subscribed. And then the last one to compare it to is the Chandler Halderson video, which is almost at 1 million views. That one's like still climbing up.
Yeah.
And that one is 85% not subscribed. Well, if you look at this video, it's 82% of the watch time is from subscribers.
Yeah.
So
that's just
it's
crazy.
Like
yeah.
Nobody watching it are people that aren't subbed to me.
Yeah. It's like, it's not even getting outside. It's not even like being shown to people that aren't subs.
So the question, the question there is, you could argue, okay, there's an argument to be made that like nobody who isn't already a fan wants to watch this video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would think that would be a reasonable hypothesis. First of all, if the video wasn't as good as it is, I think it's good. I'm proud of it. I think it's good. I think it's quality. You know, I don't think it's like incredible. I don't, there are plenty of other videos that are, that are just as entertaining or way more entertaining or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, I don't think I'm being arrogant to say I think it deserves more than 50,000 views.
Yeah.
I take a shit with a Tarkov highlight, back in the day and get 50,000 views. You know what I mean? It's like, but so part of the reason why I don't necessarily think that though is because my Tarkov audience, I think they would be the least likely of everyone to want to watch
it.
Exactly.
So
it's like if there was going to be a population that weren't going to want to watch it, I would think that my subscribers would want to watch it less than a random person.
Yeah.
So the fact that they make up 80%
is just wild.
It's like, it's really fucking weird. And like a couple of people have brought up something that didn't really come to mind at all, because I'm always hesitant to say this just because it's such an easy talking point for people to say, especially when I'm coming from like conspiracy theory flat earthers, which is they're suppressing my video.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel like they are, but when I look at the data, I'm like, that's an explanation.
Yeah, you go.
I don't know how you would know that.
Yeah.
I would have expected them to. I was worried about them suppressing the Flat Earth video, and it even has the Flat Earth banner underneath. And all of the Flat Earthers used to say that, when you get the banner underneath, it totally kills your So like,
yeah.
So but again, I just like don't know, and that's the sucky part. When you go to a job interview and you get turned down, you can usually get feedback as to why.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get,
exactly, the feedback is tough.
Yeah, and the hard part, and that's kind of why I'm only doing what I can do, which is changing the title and thumbnail.
You're trying
I'm hoping it gets put in front of a different audience.
Yeah,
because I know there's an audience for this. I know there is.
The feedback for your video is a puzzle. You're trying to solve the puzzle. The feedback, you know what I mean? If the job interview you got, they write down the reason they weren't going to hire you and what you could do better next time, and then they put it in a paper shredder and gave you the shreds, they gave you feedback. That's what it feels like when people say like, YouTube gives you the feedback, man, just look at the data. It's like, okay, but like, I got to take all the paper shreds out and line them up and tape it and then read the note. Like, it's hard to decipher the data. So that's what you're doing. You're like saying, okay, well, what? I can't re-edit the video, obviously. So what can I tinker with? And then interpret the new data. Like, you're just trying. Here's an interesting thing. What device is it being watched from? So it's the same thing under the audience tab, and it'll say.
Yeah. I looked at this the other day. It's, from what I remember, I haven't compared it to the other ones, but it's 45% computer, 44% mobile phone.
That's like crazy.
10% TV.
That's
is that like different than what you see?
Okay. So every single one of my videos, by and large, oh my God, why won't this load? Almost all of my videos are computer, mobile phone, computer, mobile phone, computer, mobile phone, computer, mobile phone. Like 5 of my 6 most watched videos on my channel are over the 1 hour mark, and all of them are either dominated 60% or basically tied for first TV. So the fact that your 7-hour video is dominated by computer and mobile, that I don't even know how to interpret that data. All I'm saying is that that's an interesting data point, because I'm telling you, my 30-minute Arc Raiders video, 1.5 million views, 41% computer, 33% mobile phone, right? It's not a view thing, but my 90-minute pistol video, 1.2 million views, 44% TV.
So let me tell you my Billy Mitchell video. What would you guess? You just had to guess what the split was.
What was the length of the video?
4 hours.
35% TV.
45% mobile phone.
What?
25% TV, 23% computer, 7% tablet. Who the fuck is the tablet anymore?
I've never seen that on there. I've never seen tablet on there. Whoa.
Now, another interesting thing is that when I look at the age breakdown, oh, God damn it, no. But also, God damn, oh, you know what? It's part of this is it's the subscribers. It's the goddamn Tarkov community. They're the ones on mobile. They're the ones that are using mobiles, because but so I was just looking and seeing the Billy Mitchell video. The biggest age group there was 25 to 34-year-olds. It was 38% 25 to 34 and 34% 35 to 44.
Okay.
So they're pretty close.
Yeah.
This video, it's 35% 35 to 44 and over 50% 25 to 34. I would have thought that it would be older, in that it's like largely politics and like culture.
I would have made the same assumption. Yeah.
So I just don't know. Oh, and this is the thing I was mad about when I said it's the Tarkov community, because that video, remember what I said about the statistics between men and women?
Yeah.
This video is almost 99% male. Remember how I was like 8% female? Cool, man, because like I don't want an exclusively male audience when I'm talking about shit that isn't just like FPS gaming stuff. And now this video, it just put in front of young guys, which is like fine, but like I also want it in front of like 52-year-old women and men. Like, these are part of the audience. Like, the category is news and politics.
Yeah.
Why do I even choose a category, news and politics, if it's gonna feed it to my video game subscribers?
That
what do
is
I like?
insane.
I need.
Very, very interesting.
Why do I choose news and politics if you're just gonna give it to gamers? Why do you ask me for tags when you don't use them for discoverability? This whole thing fucking sucks, and all they do is keep adding more annoying shit that now I have to add for checkboxes every time. Is this AI generated? Did you AI generate the subtitles? Did you AI generate the thumbnail to AI generate the blah, 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 blah? Do you want us to auto AI generate more content? I love it. It's like all of these things, dude, there's like 20 new checkboxes for whether, like, to tell them
is it
if
AI?
It's AI generated stuff or not. But then also, bro, every time I go back to YouTube Studio, because it's been like a year since I've been a YouTube Studio, there's the first tab is inspiration, where it AI generates 6 title, thumbnail, and just ideas.
Yep.
Tarkov 1.0 release, a critical deep dive into a gaming legacy. The algorithmic game, why YouTubers change titles and thumbnails, LOL. Investigating the dark side of online gaming communities, misinformation.
Cool.
It's just mashing together, exploring toxic masculinity inside Billy Mitchell's subculture Donkey Kong. Like it's just mashing shit together with the same like synthwave bullshit thumbnail. Is the metaverse honeymoon over? Deconstructing virtual world hype.
Oh, you know what's sad? It's sad that people undoubtedly make so much more money than me. Going there, they click on the auto-generate ideas for me. They look at one of those 6 and go, that's a good idea. They copy pasta that into ChatGPT and say, write me a script about this. They read the script once and go, yep. And then they read that script into a microphone.
Subtitles. No, they use text to speech for the voice.
Yeah. Then they post the video, they get AI to make a thumbnail, and they like undoubtedly make 6 figures a month off YouTube doing that. And it makes me sad.
I mean, even if they made $300 on a video, guess what? They did it in 27 minutes. And it took me 27 years to make a video. And I don't know, like, you know, I can only complain so much. I love what I do, you know, all this stuff. And I am glad and proud of my video and happy, even if only 50,000 people see it. I'm happy, you know, but making $400 on the better part of a year's worth of like serious grind.
Exactly.
I don't want donations. I love you guys and I appreciate everybody that does. I don't want donations. I'm not looking for subs. I'm not looking for like pity. Yeah. You know, it's the reality that like, hey, I got to pay bills. You got to pay bills too, right? Like,
exactly. And it's like, what genuinely, like, if you think all he's doing is complaining, like, what would you think of him if he put 10 months of work into a project and was just like, oh, whatever. Nobody would do that. Yeah, exactly. It's like nobody would do that, bro. It's like, and whatever it is you're working on is a project at your work or a thing you're working on or like freaking woodworking, or if you have a project car and you spend 10 months doing it and you crank that shit and all the fucking wheels fall off and something happens, you know what I mean? You'd be a maniac if you were like, and you just walk back in your house, close the door, like, and never looked at it again. Like, of course not, bro.
That's sociopath behavior.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you gotta 100%, dude. I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
Bro, there's a game of the year that I want to talk about. Maybe a little bit coming up.
Yes, and I want to hear about that because I think I know what it is because I was watching you. I lurked a little bit. Before we talk about that, I do want to take a quick second and thank the first sponsor of this episode, and that is Ridge. Ridge wallets, bam! You had that ready to go. Ridge wallets are the premium, premier, like slim, I call it minimalist, maximalist wallet. It is the minimalist wallet, super tiny, fits in any pocket, literally like the least amount of frills and extra things, and yet holds up to 12 cards, has a strap that you can do a cash strap. You can change it out for a strap that holds an air tag. It's somehow it reaches to both ends of the spectrum. You won't have more cards than you can fit in it, and yet it's the smallest wallet I've ever had. It just does exactly what it needs to do. It's made out of insanely premium materials. They have an unbelievable amount of different color variations and materials you can choose from. You can choose from it being made out of like carbon fiber, having it wrapped in leather that's gonna like age over time. There's like the Damascus steel. Like, they're sick. They're dope. They're hot.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's like very few things in life are like a talking piece. And unintentional, I didn't think it ever would be. I didn't pick this one because I thought it would be. But now when I'm at like grocery store, dude, and I pull it out, or I'm at Walgreens picking up a prescription or whatever, there's always somebody who's like, "Wow, that's sick. Can I take a look?" And you know, it's like people really love the way it looks. I mean, I love the way it looks.
Yep.
But most importantly, it's for me is that it's super functional and super low profile, lightweight.
Yep.
Like I don't notice it in my pocket. I don't have a giant bulky leather thing that is mostly just filled with cash I don't need and I'm not going to use.
Yep.
And it also, it's an interesting thing. It's because like when I have one of those big bulky wallets, I always end up fitting everything. You know, it's like when you have a backpack, you kind of want to like, I'm going to put everything in here because I've got the space. I need to fill it. Otherwise, what's the point?
100%.
Yeah, so I just love it. And not for nothing, but these things are built like this will survive the nuclear apocalypse. When the subsequent coming nuclear war happens, what we'll see is the smoldering ashes and a bunch of Ridge wallets.
Yeah, and a bunch of hands clutching Ridge wallets out of the ground.
You're just gonna see a bunch of people like this. Now, I cannot promise you that if you utilize a bunch of Ridge wallets like stacked on top of each other, that it'll be equivalent to like a safe room nuclear bunker. I'm not saying it wouldn't be.
I'm not saying it wouldn't. No, 100%. There's over 50 colors and styles to choose from, and they put their money where their mouth is. All Ridge products have a lifetime warranty. Lifetime. This is literally the last wallet you'll ever need to buy. It's got RFID blocking technology as well. Over 100,000 5-star reviews. They're awesome. So for limited time, our listeners can get 10% off at ridge.com by using code POGCAST. That's code POGCAST at checkout. Just head to ridge.com, use code POGCAST, and you're all set. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about Ridge. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thank you so much to Ridge for sponsoring this episode. So yeah, dude, tell me about what you've been playing. I want to know.
Dude, Dispatch.
I kept hearing about this game. And it was almost like Claire Obscure Expedition 33 where I kept hearing about it, and it was only under like, wow, this game is phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those games where like when you watch the trailer, it gives you a different kind of it just gives you a little bit of a different idea than like what you get when you play it. Not in like a bad way, in my opinion, in a great way. If I were to describe it, I would describe it like if a Telltale game met The Boys.
Okay, interesting.
You watched The Boys,
I've watched The Boys, and it's got the visual style of like Invincible. Did you ever watch that show?
No. I would say it reminds me of like kind of Valorant.
Yeah. Just genuinely pull up the trailer for like Invincible season 1. You don't even have to show it. Just like, and you tell me if that tracks. Because when I saw it very briefly, I was like, that looks like the very similar visual style. I could be crazy though.
I want to say like Invincible looks to me like, I guess almost like it just looks very comic book-esque to me, whereas I wouldn't necessarily say like Dispatch looks like if a comic book was made modern and way more high quality cinematic.
Yeah, okay.
But oh dude, it's one of those games where so there's really 3 elements to this game. Okay. It's a game that involves like superhero stuff. Now, granted, for some people they're like, I'm sold already. For some people they're like, nah. I didn't know it was a superhero thing. I bought the game before I even knew.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay. Yeah.
I hate superhero shit. I don't like, I know I'm going to make literally enemies with everyone. I don't really care much. Like after the Spider-Man with, what's her name? I was going to say the redhead. You know, the redhead that played the redhead. No. The one before that.
Oh, Mary Jane.
Well, yeah, that's the.
I know. What was her name? Kirsten Dunst? No. What was
shit? Wait, maybe.
No, what was?
I think it was Kirsten.
Obviously Toby McGee.
Tobey Maguire. Yeah, it was Kirsten Dunst. Okay.
Hey, I got it.
that was like the last superhero movie that like I really loved.
Oh my God.
Maybe The Dark Knight or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's fair.
There's some part of me that's like, because I missed so much of it, now every time I go to see the new Marvel movie, there's a character named fucking Slipknot. Like what do I do with that? Is Mudvayne in this one too? You know what I mean? Linkin Park. What's his superpower? Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just too many characters. I don't know what they all do. I don't know any of the history. It's like getting into World of Warcraft in 2026.
Yes.
I'm like, I missed the boat. You know what I mean?
Too much.
So here, let me pull up Dispatch, and then what'd you say? Invincible season 1.
Yeah, just it reminded me of that, but once again, I haven't seen a whole lot of Dispatch, only very briefly.
But damn, Dispatch is it's beautiful. So yeah, here, you know what it reminds me of? What was that one that you told me? It was the League of Legends fucking anime.
Arcane.
It's like Arcane. So like this is Invincible. Like to me, this is like a comic book style. And like maybe I'm crazy, but it just looks pretty simple comic book. This.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I would say
like that,
I would actually say almost like a cross between Arcane and Invincible.
Yeah.
Like the color palette of Invincible, but kind of with the animation a little bit more like Arcane. Very interesting.
Yeah, so there's one clip I want to pull up that encapsulates some of the vibe of this. I will say, oh, you know what? Someone described it as, I think this is funny, and I like kind of get it, kind of don't. Although I'm afraid to say it because it might turn people off. For me, it's funny. But they said, I think some female streamers said that it was like Twilight for boys.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Here, but I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up this scene. So, to preface the lead up to this scene, the main character that you control, he was just in the parking lot with like effectively. There's like a character. There's a lot of characters that I would say point to or like similar to other characters. One of the characters in this is kind of like Homelander, except not evil.
Okay.
It's weird. What he is like the prototypical Superman, super.
Gotcha.
But he's actually kind of like heartwarmingly ignorant. He's like, I think like Superman is actually an alien, right? Like I think in the lore of the so like this guy's also like an alien.
Kal-El.
Now the character you play is not a superhero, but he basically controls like a big mech suit that effectively makes him a superhero. He's like Robert Downey Jr. in that movie with Robert Downey Jr. where he's in the mech suit.
Don't do that.
Rocket Man, Iron Man, Rocket Man. Sorry. I say Rocket Man. That used to be one of my nicknames because I guess the movie Rocket Man. I guess a chick I went to college with thought I looked like the actor from that movie or something. I guess I don't know. Rocket Man, something Robert Downey Jr. Right? That's that song, right?
But don't try to just slip past the Robert Downey Jr. movie where he controls the mech suit, bro.
I don't know, dude. Like I said, I don't follow this shit really. There's been like 9 Iron Mans, so I'm over it.
My God.
I saw the first one. Once I realized I missed the second one, and then I saw that he was in 5 other movies, I was kind of like, okay, well, Anyway, so your character is surrounded by superheroes pretty much the whole time. And I'm not going to like give really any spoilers. But the context of this scene is the Homelander guy gets up from effectively a car that's like broken.
Okay.
And he gets up so quickly that the glass flies off of him and just impales your chest. So you're just like sitting there talking to this guy while you just have like shards of glass in your chest. And he goes into the bathroom and starts fucking pulling out the pieces. Now there's a character called Invisigal, and there's a character called Waterboy.
S tier names.
Waterboy.
Is played by Adam Sandler.
You say that? I Googled Waterboy, and the Adam Sandler movie came up. I'm like, fuck, Waterboy Dispatch. He is, if do you know Joel Haver?
Maybe.
He's the one that did the he does those like animated cartoon things with like that technology that like turns it like live action into like pencil. He makes incredible content.
Yes.
He's the one that voice acted Waterboy.
Gotcha. Yeah, they got a couple
Oh, they do, brother. If you like Critical Role, a huge cast, a huge part of the cast is like some of the biggest like A-list.
Didn't Jacksepticeye do one? I think
Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical is one of the characters as well, and it's hilarious. God,
that's great.
It's fucking hilarious. One of the best lines is, "You gonna eat those Twinks?" Anyway, so Waterboy is like this nerdy. He like doesn't really belong. He's this goofy guy that's like really awkward, and everybody just kind of like tries to be nice to him. And then Invisigal is there's two. You could say that has some dating elements. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's some dating-esque elements, kind of similar to Baldur's Gate, if I would say. There's some like romancing.
Gotcha.
So this is Invisigal. She's one of the main sort of characters. She's like the kind of, I think at one point someone calls her something like on sale Hot Topic, or like, so they just call her like budget Hot Topic or whatever. I don't know. Okay. She's kind of, the emo kind of whatever. Anyway, to give you an idea of the vibe, here's one of my favorite scenes from the game.
Where's the shootout?
Parking lot. Didn't think taking a desk job would have me bleeding this often. What are you doing here?
I had a dream last night that we were...
Oh, come on.
Usually...
What are you doing here?
Why do they do this? Okay, I'm not going to let them do this to me. Uncensored. God fucking damn it. Why do they do this to me?
I was like, did my audio just cut out or what's going on?
I'm just mad. Oofa doofa. Okay. The funny thing is that I just clicked on one that said uncensored.
You're entering some Rule 34 territory by Googling anything with the word uncensored after.
So yeah, and this one was like, I think it's a playthrough of the game. This one's an hour and 40 long. I'm not going to go like searching for the video, so I just found it looks like it's maybe like a live stream. Anyway, what I did was I hovered over the timeline, and I saw a big spike and this was the thing.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Sick. Yep.
But let me go ahead and I guess I really want to show this scene, and I don't want it to fucking ruin the delivery. I mean, it's already been ruined. This is what happens when I don't prepare. We should really prepare ahead of time.
We'll do it live.
All right, let's see. Please, audio.
Where's the shootout?
Parking lot. Didn't think taking a desk job would have me bleeding this often. What are you doing here?
I had a dream last night that we were fucking. Usually I don't remember my dreams, but this one was pretty vivid.
What in the hell?
How did I do?
I didn't finish.
Not what I asked. We're talking about me. So this is why you've been acting so weird all day.
I'm doing that thing where I imagine being with someone, See how it feels, how it looks. Like trying on a dress.
You were there.
I could have been. I could be anywhere.
And you chose to be here.
Oh, sorry. I tried not to do that.
Don't worry about it, Waterboy.
Sound.
Bathrooms are for shitting after your first coffee and taking shrapnel out of your chest.
I just love it's like that's the vibe
That's
of the
Dispatch.
game. Yeah, that's Dispatch for you. No, but so basically there's two other than like it's got an incredible story. It's bro, if you watch my playthrough of the game,
Okay.
every single line that comes out of the character's mouth, I paused and was fucking dying laughing. It's got the best, some of the best writing. Actually, I want to say it has the best writing dialogue of any game I've ever played.
Interesting.
It's hilarious. It's phenomenal. And it was another one of those games where something would happen. I would pause it. I'd say a word. I'd say a phrase. I'd unpause it. And they would say the thing I was thinking.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like, oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just.
Oh, that's Aaron Paul. Interesting.
Aaron Paul is the lead.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's got, I mean, it's got everything, dude. It's got like wholesome, like one of the main characters is just like your little doggo. His name's Beef.
Beef.
It's
Beef's
got
a great dog name.
It's got cool, funny male actors. It's got some hot female actors. If you're into that, it has a giant kind of clay golem guy that is actually pretty chill. Moist Critical is a giant. He has a giant bat face, basically. He like, yeah, he's, you could say Batman, except not at all like
Gotcha.
Batman. More of a man bat, actually.
So it's similar to like Telltale in the like, is there like gameplay you're doing? Like, do you WASD walk around, or is it mostly just like interacting with prompts?
There's I'd say three elements to the game. There's the storytelling cutscene stuff, which you just watched.
Yeah.
Intertwined with what are effectively, there's kind of two kinds of quick time events. There are ones where it's like someone says a thing and you're given three options to like respond.
Yeah.
Or give decisions about how to act. You know, like, do you lean in and kiss her?
Yeah.
Do you tell her you're not interested? You know, or one might be, you know, do you fire this person or fire this person or, you know, like whatever. And then there's also quick time events where there's like action, like combat, and you have to, actually, I would say there's four types. And that involves either hitting like WASD, or the other part of it is basically like it'll have almost like you click on a thing and then like swipe in a direction.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're gonna swipe with your sword, you have like a small amount of time to like click
and then drag,
and then to swipe in that direction. Like the game starts with you literally like suiting up, so it's like click.
Like, that's
that
funny.
kind of
That's
thing.
funny.
Neat little tutorial thing. And then the last thing is that there's like a hacking element, and it's a cool little mini game, you know, like any of those games would like Fallout would have, like they all have their own kind of lock picking or hacking mini game, and this one I won't even describe how it works. It's just a little hacking thing that you can do that is actually kind of fun. And then but the main gameplay, aside from the cinematic QuickTime stuff, this is what it looks like. What you're doing, so you are a really not superhero.
Yeah.
Effectively, your suit gets busted at the beginning, and in the meantime, you work for this superhero like dispatch network.
Gotcha.
Kind of similar in some ways to like The Boys, where it's like almost corporatized. So basically, like, you can almost think about it like they're like an insurance company, in a way, or a security company. Someone's like, they'll call like you would call Brinks if there was an intruder.
Interesting. Okay.
And what you do is a call will come in, and it'll give you a little story as to what's going on. So in this case, these people are calling and they're like, we need help moving furniture. And each of these different characters, they all have different sets of skill points,
Attributes,
basically.
yeah.
Attributes. So there's like, combat, like survivability, like resilience, mobility, speech,
Yeah.
and intelligence. And, as you play the game, you get to distribute skill points to kind of grow your team how you want to grow your team. And what ends up happening is as things, kind of continue, more and more events are going to happen. Sometimes it gets really hectic. Sometimes there's story events that'll like remove people from your team.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden 50 calls will come in at once. And so what you do is that's Moist Critical, by the way.
Yeah.
Sonar. You basically have to determine for each job.
Yeah.
So for this example, this guy in front of me just drove right off the side into the water. So what it says is resuscitate any survivors.
Yep.
And if not, rush them to the hospital. So basically, what you kind of have to do is use your logic to figure out which of the things here associate with which skills.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes it's obvious, like rush is clearly mobility.
Yeah.
Resuscitate, you could say like maybe it's brains.
Yeah.
My guess is that it's probably like resilience, defense, which is kind of like, helping people, defending
like
people.
Yeah.
And so then you need to figure out who you want to send on the job to try and make sure you can meet the criteria.
Yeah.
And the way it works is, so there's a given, you see this shape right here. That's like the cumulative shape of the people
everyone
you send.
in the thing. Yeah.
After some time, once the people you choose, they actually have to like take the time to like travel there. It's like resource management in a way, and that like they take the time to travel there, they take the time to do the thing, then they take the time to come back. And in that time, they're unavailable for any future jobs that come in. So it's like decisions that that you have to make. So I want to just find. Okay, so here's an example of the yellow is like what your team's distribution is. The white is like what the job.
What's ideal for the job?
Yeah. And so what happens is basically this little thing. You can almost think about it like kind of a roulette wheel in a way, in that it bounces around. And if it lands outside, then you fail. If it lands inside, like the Venn diagram, you succeed. So in this case, and then there's a whole mechanic around like if you fail, there's a chance that you can get injured, which makes you worse.
Gotcha.
If you get injured while you're already injured, then you get down. Then you basically can't use them for the day. And it's all just trying to make it through the workday while effectively like there's scripted and unscripted sort of things that happen.
You're, like, managing the superheroes of the city.
While the story is going through, like you have relationships with these people you're developing. That's like, do you favor them?
Yeah.
What happens when you want to fire somebody if they're underperforming? There's drama around that. And the story is fucking phenomenal.
That's sick.
The humor and the writing is like unmatched. Like I said, it was so, and it's totally like it's edgy in the best possible way. It's
not in a
like
cringe
cringy,
way,
edgy.
in like a good, well written.
And it's genuinely like, so I played it all the way through, instantly started over and played it all the way through again.
That's cool.
And it was, because I wanted to romance. First, I romanced your boss, who is like, oops.
Ayo.
Yeah, she saves your life kind of in the beginning, and she's like an absolute. You see her floating in the air, and it's like, hello.
Oh, hello.
So yeah, I romanced her first, and then I romanced Invisigal. You may or may not be able to romance both. But yeah, it's just a fantastic
anime waifu
game.
wars in my video games.
It's for sure like a very, very, very strong content. I mean, it's January 15th, so what the fuck? But like, I want to say like it's my vote for game of the year so far.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Of course. But you're saying it is of the quality that could put it in that conversation. Obviously, the rest of the year hasn't happened yet. But
If it was between this and Claire, I might pick this over Expedition 33. And Expedition 33, I think, was my like number 2 for last year.
Yeah.
I already forget what my number 1 was. People can remind me what my number 1 was. I don't remember.
What was my game of the year last year? Probably Tarkov.
Yeah, game of the
technically released in 2020.
LOL.
2025.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I would highly recommend it. I really hope, honestly, I want a TV show. I want DLC. I'm so ready.
That's cool.
Yeah. Kingdom Come 2 is what would have been my vote for a game of the year.
Oh, okay.
Kingdom Come 2. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, and then now I beat it. Now I've just been playing that other game that's like Taiji, which is the isometric.
Yeah.
The Witness.
Yep. Taiji.
Now at the end of this month, Cairn.
Yep.
That rock climbing game.
one. I do remember you talking about that. Yeah.
That there's a demo of. You should play it. It's fucking very, very good. That comes out at the end of this month, I believe.
Yeah.
I think at the end of this month also, or soon-ish, Mugenics. Edmund McMillan, the guy who made Super Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac. He's releasing his new kind of roguelike. And then, people keep asking me what other games I'm looking for. I'm just like rolling this into this conversation. Yeah. The other two are Light No Fire. I don't know when that's coming out.
It's 2026, so please God give it to us this year. Jesus.
It's that, and then the only other one that I'm really looking forward to
Pony Island 2.
Pony Island 2. Every time I say that, I just think people are gonna assume that I'm talking about
My Little Pony.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure or something. It doesn't have a release date yet.
Come on. That I didn't realize Mugenics was coming so soon. That's kind of exciting because I know, he's made some heavy hitters in the roguelike scene. So dang. That's cool. That's sick, man. That is sick. Before we move on and talk a little bit about what I've been gaming on, I do want to take a quick second and thank the second sponsor for this episode, and that is Tushy. Tushy makes bidets. And let me tell you what, okay? We got offered this. I asked V and he was like, I'm all about it. You're all in on bidets.
I already had one.
Yeah, this is my entrance into bidets. And let me tell you, they're kind of great. They're kind of great.
It's literally life-changing. We've been living like savages our whole lives, brother. I don't know what we've been doing. I'm cutting in before.
No, I want you to.
Yeah. We recently talked about, maybe it was like shower stuff.
Yes.
Oh, it's like shampooing.
Yes.
Okay. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, but I'm like, maybe not. But now I'm going to. It was like, I don't know how many years ago it was way too late in my life where someone basically introduced the idea of like whether you wipe standing or sitting. And I was like, and I don't know why, I was like, wait, people wipe sitting? And then I discovered, I'm like, oh, that's just like the right way to go. Like, I don't know what I've been. And then now what's even worse than that, what's even like in the other direction is, why don't we have bidets everywhere?
Yeah, you guys wipe?
Yeah, that's the other direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like if you are still using toilet paper, you're a savage. Because it's the thing you see all over the place whenever you watch the commercials. It's always like they take like fucking pudding or whatever, put it on their hand.
Yeah. And
then you take toilet paper and you wipe your hand, and it's like,
yeah,
it ain't clean.
Yeah.
Whereas you put it under a little spout of water and it's clean, and it's like, what have we been doing our whole lives?
Yeah.
And what I want to tell you is, as a part of building my house, we have 3 toilets that are going in my house. One of the toilets, I'm putting the Tushy I had before.
Yeah.
Toilet number 2, I'm putting the Tushy I had on second. And I'm regretting what I ordered, which was another bidet toilet that I can guarantee you is going to basically have the same functionality. And it was $2,500.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So that's the thing about the Tushy. And this blew my mind because that was actually my question when we said yes to Tushy. It was like, what are you going to send me? Because once again, I hadn't done the bidet thing. I was like, what are you going to send me? A whole new toilet? These are, they are super easy to install. It like color matches the toilet. It wraps around. It's super, you literally don't need like plumbing. You just like kind of, shut off the water, attach the water line to this, and then you attach the water line back to the toilet. It sits right in the middle. It's installed in 5 minutes, and you get all the functionality of a bidet. They have warm water bidets, so it's not like, because that was another fear I had, the mother flipping ice cold ass bidet. You know what I mean?
Ice cold ass.
Ice cold ass. Their e-bidets instantly monitor your daily routine. You can get ones with heated seats, adjustable water temperature, and they have, this was another thing I was mind blown about, is that they have a little dryer as well. Cause I was like, bro, I'm blasting water up there and then and then I'm just gonna be wet. I'm just gonna be soaking wet. I'm gonna wanna wipe. No, the whole thing is there. You got the bidet. It's super easy to install. I think we got the classic 3. The cheap one, it's super affordable. It fits on your toilet. If you have like, they let you choose between like the oval, if it's like an oval or a circle shape. It's awesome. You can get the fancier ones with the heated seats and all that kind of stuff. It's super soothing. It's super simple. It's super easy. You need insanely, like you can use an insane amount less toilet paper throughout your freaking year, throughout your lifetime. It's like everybody that has ever been surveyed about it says it's like, it feels gentler. They feel cleaner as a result of it. And they just, look at that. They just fit right in. Super easy to clean. They got the dryer. I think they also have like the sprayer also gets sprayed. Like a thing pops down and then it cleans itself. So it's like self-cleaning as well. Oh my God. They literally thought of everything. Every question I had about like, yeah, okay, I get the bidet part. I get that the spraying may clean better. But I was like, but that's going to be freezing. It's like, oh no, it's heated water, warm water.
Yeah, what about this? What about this?
Oh,
what about this?
It's going to be, my ass is going to be wet. Oh no, it's got a dryer. How hard is it going to install? Literally, anybody can do it. Oh, okay, this is sick. You know what I mean? So yeah, Tushy, man, Tushy. Every Hello Tushy also comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. People who have made the switch to Tushy use up to 80% less toilet paper, no more clogging toilets, no more wasting money on something that does an inferior job cleaning your body. Number 2 is Tushy's thing. Gotta take care of number 1. For a limited time, our listeners can get 10% off their first bidet when you use code POGCAST. That is code, make sure, code POGCAST. At checkout, 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code POGCAST. Thank you to Tushy for sponsoring this episode.
All I could think of was it's inferior for your posterior.
Oh, bars.
Yeah, they should probably pay me for that.
Bars,
they should send me. They should send me one for. Oh my God, bro! Like, yeah, I literally, I'm like, I mean, I probably could like return but I didn't order it myself. My builder ordered it, but yeah, I'm like, I decided I wanted a bidet because once I used it, I was like, absolutely. And now and we got one of like the less expensive range. I mean, you can get some expensive ones.
Yeah.
And it was like over $1,000-$2,000.
Crazy.
And for like $150, it's indistinguishable.
Yeah. W's.
Yes, what's going on with you, homie?
So my end, I actually played Tarkov today. Dude, it's so funny. I've been like, Vel has been like messaging me and been like, yo, when should we game? And I've been kind of saying, I think I talked about this last week, where it's like, I kind of want to be more of an extraction shooter guy because that's what interests me. I don't necessarily want to just be an Arc guy or a Tarkov guy. Like if I'm already breaking it all down to rebuild it, why not rebuild it with variety as the part? Because it's very understandable that I built my community on Tarkov and now I'm changing that. Some people still want to watch Tarkov. That's totally understandable. Some people don't vibe with Arc. Some people would be down with variety, but they don't vibe with Arc. Like, that's understandable. So I'm, when I play Arc, I've got, 20% of the viewership that I had, 18 months ago playing Tarkov. That's all a part of the process. That's totally fine. But I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if I do really want to like play Arc or play some of these other extraction shooters coming up, I'm rebuilding the community. You know, I'm not starting from zero, right? I'm starting, you know, from a place where a lot of streamers would die to be, but I'm definitely taking a hit. I'm like, well, if I'm already going to rebuild, why not rebuild with variety in mind? So even though I'm not necessarily like chomping at the bit to play Tarkov, I kind of want to make sure that people know that like, I don't want to just be a one game Andy. There's going to be some variety. And so I was like, dude, Vel, yeah, 100%. Let's play some Tarkov. Now, did that make me want to play more Tarkov tomorrow? Absolutely not. But that, you know, I had a good time like with, I had a good time with Vel. It's so much more fun like when you like genuinely don't care, you know, when I'm like just completely removed from it. But we had some fun raids and stuff like that. Dude, it's crazy how different chat is when I play Tarkov. And it's just the whiplash because I hadn't dealt with that in so long. And then like, you know, I play Tarkov. It's
just instantly a different vibe, right?
And it's like, you know, I had, instead of having 200 people, I had 350, 400 people watching today, which is great. That's awesome. Like a little bit of viewer bump when I played Tarkov. But dude, the vibe is so different.
Doubling the viewers and changing.
It's doubling the viewers and quadrupling the trolls. And I don't know if that's a Tarkov thing. I actually do think, I don't think it's a Tarkov thing. I think it's
Jesse. You also burned all your bridges with the Tarkov community because that's the only explanation.
I think it's a time thing. I think it's like, I bet if you dropped into any community that of a game that's been out as long as Tarkov has been, it would be a similar vibe. Like if you hopped into a Rust stream or a League of Legends stream or a World of Warcraft, you know what I mean? Because there's been time for angst and frustration to fester. And I think Tarkov has hit that thing where it's like there are enough people who all independently want different things from the game, who then form tribes about those things. And then when an update comes to the game, this group of people celebrates and goes, fuck you guys, we got what we want. The other groups of people go, you guys were ruining the game. And I just think with a long enough time for that to fester, it just kind of creates that. And Arc is on its like run, right? It's on its generational run. So the vibes are just like immaculate over there. People are just like having a good time. And so it was just, it's so funny. And luckily I've been doing this long enough to like, I genuinely find like we were just trolling this guy. Some dude came, it was like my second raid where I'd been playing for like 29 minutes. And somebody came in and was like, wow, Jesse finally playing solo, huh? And before I'd even read the message, Vel was like, yo, there's a guy over there. And then the guy was like, oh, there he is. There's Jesse's safety net. Let me know when you become a real man and play this game solo. And we were just like, I didn't even ban him. Because I told him, I was like, dude, every time you open your mouth, you make yourself look so bad. We were just laughing. Like, this is what I said to chat. Think of like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, like living in a cave. Think about this guy, 6'4", head to toe, vascular as hell muscle. This dude just killed a bear with his bare hands, ate some of it, and is bringing some of it back to his family. Like a man. I imagine that dude standing next to a guy typing on their keyboard. Let me know when you play this video game like a real man, and hitting enter. Like that picture, like the irony of saying I'm not like a real man, and then staking that the reference point is a real man plays video games my way. Like it's so funny. Like it's that picture that is an SNL sketch. It's something. It's a Shane Gillis comedy bit. It's so insane to like plant your flag on like you're playing with the G.I. Joe wrong. Like, you know, I heard Northern Light.
Oh my god. That's the best way I've ever heard to put it.
Yeah.
You're playing with the G.I. Joe wrong. Holy shit.
I heard,
oh my god.
He changed, dude. I heard Northern Lion say that once.
Your Barbie has the wrong gun, bro. Like,
yeah. I heard Northern Lion say this once, and I say this all the time in chat now. It's completely changed my perspective. He said, these are action figures for adults. And I was like, holy shit. These are toys. These are action figures for adult. And you walked into the room and you're like, you're playing with it wrong. And so exactly, that's the irony. Like, imagine like a fully grown man coming in with a G.I. Joe action figure and actually unironically saying, let me know when you're willing to play with the G.I. Joe figurine the right way, like a real man. And then leaving.
Yeah.
How fun, like, if, like, genuinely, I know some people, a non-zero amount of people in chat are going to think that I'm like giving the troll attention. You know what I mean? But I really want you, if you're listening to this, to picture that. Like, imagine you're in a room and
it's way more entertaining and empowering to not let them not let us.
And an adult human being walks in with an action figure and says to you, hey, bitch, let me know when you're willing to play with this the way I like to play with it, like a real fucking man, and then leaves. Under no circumstance are you like offended by that. That shit's hilarious. I mean, you might feel a little sad for him, which I kind of do, but that's funny. Yeah. That's not offensive. I find it so funny to stake manhood or like whatever on something so trivial. So we were just goating him on in chat for like 10 minutes before he just left. We didn't even ban him, bro. This shit was too funny.
See, the funny part, because I was basically like picturing that person. I like wrote a whole thing that I was gonna put in my video. I ended up just like, I'm like, nah, yeah. But when I was doing the whole masculinity thing, because I was gonna be like, I know, there are some of you who are gonna say, you're a pussy. What do you know about Matt? I'm sure you could fight me.
Yeah,
whatever. And you can like draw an infinite like monkey to man kind of thing where it's like, you can say that to me. I could say it to the 11-year-old girl I walk by on the street.
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson could say it to you. Like,
yeah.
The idea that you win an argument or you're better somehow because you are tougher.
Yeah.
The unstated premise there is that there's not an effectively infinite number of people who are just stronger, better, faster, more of a fighter than you are. Like, I can think of half a dozen women MMA folks that it doesn't matter how many knockout montages, UFC montages you've seen, she would still dumpster you in exactly 0.3 seconds.
Yeah,
I don't care how tough you are. And on the flip side, if you were, like, imagine the most jacked, huge, imagine that person standing next to me and being like, bitch, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I can do that to my 7-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
Do I feel better about myself? So it's like, if it actually applies to you, then it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Why would you brag about that?
Yeah.
You know, like, imagine someone who fought in Afghanistan being like, you don't know video games, I've seen real combat. That would be embarrassing for that person.
Yeah. Yes.
And
none of them I'm trying to do
that.
And what I'm trying to do is find calm and like effective ways to verbally abuse these people when they go. Like, I'm trying to. You try to find the most succinct way to just tell them what they're doing, right? You know what I mean? Because that's what I said. It's like, no real man by your standard, this is what you were saying, has ever typed on a keyboard, "You're not a real man."
Ever,
Enter.
period. Has never typed on a keyboard.
Yeah. On a live stream. Like that. That's just like bar none. So it's
nobody comes from the gym.
Yeah, it's like a dog whistle that you're a beta cuck. If you've typed on a keyboard, you're not a real man on a video game live stream. What I'm saying is that like the game is already over. You hit enter and you sound the alarm that like you're an idiot. It's crazy.
Yeah. And nobody who ever types that sentence ever types YOU''RE. I'm not going to call it out. I'm making an observation that I love this, by the way, in the chat. Comic masculinity. That is what it is. It's because it's wow, that's pretty good. It's an attempt. It's like, and dude, oh my God, this is like a sub chapter to your video. There's toxic masculinity, and then there's an attempt
to be toxic that fails. And that's funny. That's comic masculinity. It's your brain's so fucked up that you're actually aspiring to be toxic masculinity, and you're so bad at it that it's funny. That's exactly, that's such a good way to put when I see those messages. It makes me laugh so hard. It's so funny.
You can write, like, this is where I wish I had animation skills, because I wish that animation didn't take so long.
Yeah.
Because, like, I have a million of these skits that come up in my head, right? Imagine the skinny kid that decides to, you know, bite the bullet and go to the gym because he wants to, you know, whatever. But he's skinny and he's not very strong. You know, he can bench like 10 pounds on either side of the bar. You know what I mean? And then there's like the kid who just for the first time benched like plates on either side, and he's walking around with like his protein shaker, you know, like puffing his chest out, and he's like more muscular than the skinny guy, and he's like talking shit, but he like walks into the guy where like his head is engulfed in the dude's pecs, and the dude with the pec muscles is like, the fuck are you doing, kid? Like, get the hell out of my way, puny bitch. And it's like, it's the irony of that whole thing. Now I do have to say that you don't fall into the black hole that I fell into that we've talked about before.
God, no.
Because here's the thing. What ends up happening is the folks come in. There are certain people who aren't worth your time. There are certain people who, for the lulz, are definitely worth 100%. Your time.
Yes.
It all goes downhill when there's a third category of person comes in, which is the bystander who like isn't familiar with the culture or the community or whatever, and they come in while you're responding. They don't see the initial you're a beta cuck thing. They see you making fun of your viewers. And then they criticize you, and then your fun of playing with your food gets distracted by somebody who's like, wow, I had respect for you. But,
and then you're like, now we have to have a serious conversation. We were having fun.
And someone comes in while you're having that conversation, which is, you're always complaining about having to do. And then you're like, oh my God, these people are so annoying.
Power button the PC and go to bed.
And then it becomes a self-fulfilling thing where it's like, I wasn't a salty dickhead until a bunch of people came in and made inevitable.
Me one. No, I know my favorites is like when you can come up with just like a one line response.
Yeah, like my favorite
that everybody just like, and then it's like, and then you just move on and you never even respond to them again. Those are always the best.
The one that I coined a while ago when some kid like kind of ironically tried to roast me but also called me dad, which then Boopus
Daddy,
aka Raid Music, who I've collabed with on music
before,
turn this into a remix. The best one liner I've ever come up with is, just because I fucked your mother doesn't make me your dad, kid. And I never like that's kind of you can basically say that in any situation and then just apropos of nothing, and people will be like, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but fuck, that's savage.
But you won. Yeah. That's so great. That's so
totally mature, obviously.
My go-to is just like, I'll like read the message and I'll be like, I'll just like agree to it. It's like, whatever, you don't play this, you're not like a real man. I'm like, interesting. Yeah. Unrelated. Have you ever considered that the internet has done permanent and irreconcilable damage to your brain? Like, have you ever just wondered that? Like, apropos of nothing, have you ever considered that your brain has been permanently damaged? Anyways.
It's very matter-of-factly ask them the question that, if they ask out loud, forces them to ponder.
Yeah. And you just move on. Just like, anyways. Yeah. That's so funny. Anyways, so the vibes of chat were just hilarious all day, because it was you had just had everything. You're like, I thought you were retired from Tarkov, or like, weirdly, dude, you know what's so funny is like, we talk about Arc Raiders more when I play Tarkov than when I play Arc Raiders. Because like when I'm playing Tarkov, there's this assumption that like, oh yeah, you got tired of the child's game and you're back to playing the man's game. So there's this like there's this assumption that like we want to talk about how the child's game is ass, right? And like so many messages, like that's the subtext or the pretext to the message, and then you read the message and you're like, it's so weird. Like all anyone wants to talk about in the Tarkov category is Arc Raiders, and it's just one of those like the call is coming from inside the house. Like if your game is so much better, talk about it. You keep like, what are we doing?
Does it not? And tell me if I'm wrong, but has it started to feel like it's gotten to the point where you just can't tell anymore if they're being ironic?
Yes.
When they're like, oh, you're done with the baby. Like if someone comes in and says, well, you're done with the child's game, it's a 50-50 chance whether or not they're saying it to make fun of the person or they're saying it.
There have been a few times I hit the dude with a zinger because I was so pissed because it was like the 100th message and he was like, dude, I was kidding. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you're the 11th person to say that and the other 10 were not being sarcastic. So it's hard out here. I hit you with the zinger and you were the one being sarcastic. Shit. Yeah.
I think there's this subtle thing that I think like we all do, which is we all type things with a look on our face that we somehow think gets portrayed in the pixels of the words, right?
Yeah.
I think some people who are more socially adept, who are then also have been on Twitch long enough, know there's an emote for every emotion.
Yeah. Or there's just a rapport with the person, right? Like Overskilled can pretty much say anything, but because he's here all the time, right? Like you know that he's, you know his vibe. So and that's that's always hard too when it's like a cross community thing. When like someone that's always in Vel's stream and has that rapport with Vel, and then I play with Vel all the time, and then if they pop in and say something, and then I'm like, what? And then there's a confusion because they're like, oh no, we're all kind of this thing together, and then I'm like, no, you're kind of right. I'm sorry. I just like it's tough, but. Anyways, so that was like my takeaway from today's streaming Tarkov all day had nothing to do with like the gameplay. It is what it is. It was just it's crazy how much people want to talk about Arc Raiders. Like when they're playing this game, it's so wild. And I'm just like, dude, let's talk about this game. Like you obviously like this game better. Let's talk about this game. I'm playing Tarkov. Let's talk about Tarkov. Like what do you like? You like the update? Snow is gone. It's just crazy that you have to be like, yeah, that other game is ass, right? It's so ass. It's so, you're right? And it's like, bro, it's so cringe. You're looking for such crazy validation. You're allowed to just say, I don't like that game. And then like we can just move on. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
People, they need to, especially when their opinion is that they think nobody cares about your opinion. They need you to know their opinion.
Yeah.
Like, bro, nobody cares what you think. But you're following me and I'm not following you. So.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but like, one of us seems to care what the other one thinks.
My eyes almost rolled into the back of my head today. There was a what was the message? It was man, this stream is so sad to watch. And I was like, once again, that's fine. I'm definitely not the most chipper guy when I'm playing Tarkov, but I was like, and yet here you are. Like it's so weird. And yet here you are. That's fine. I mean,
I'm sorry that I quit Tarkov because they all left my stream and came to everyone else's.
Yeah.
I guess.
Dude, it is what it is, man. It's I'm in the most healthy place I've ever been in to like receive it. Cause I'm just like I really did used to take that so personally. Like I was like everything was it was like you were scared you're going to lose it. Like, oh no, if my stream is sad to watch, it's going to whatever. Or, oh no, that game is better or whatever. But it's so, man, when you see it for what it is like this projection of some insecurity. It was so funny that like, cause we said that. And then I was like talking to that guy about how like, I was like, even if you're right, like even if this stream is sad to watch, like, you just don't have to be here, man. Like you don't have to be negative. And then, which this is the goal. This is like the golden rule of the internet. It's like, you can't change. You got to you kind of got to put your balls on the table and commit, because then it was like, I just really don't like, I think you guys are being really mean. It's crazy that you guys would just assume that I'm being negative. And I like scroll back and I was like, your first message was, man, like first message, man, this stream is so sad to watch now. I was like, you're being negative. If you want to be negative, you got to put the nuts on the table, man, and be negative. And if I say fuck you for being negative, you got to be like, yeah, or fuck you for being positive. Like you got to, like, you can't say you guys are mean. That's the the thing that's the Gen 2 troll. The Gen 1 troll would say something, and then when you got mad, they would be like, haha, I got you.
They got you, bitch.
Yeah,
and then they leave.
Gen 2 troll is they say something mean, and when you go, fuck you for being mean, you go, hey, man, you don't even know. I was having a really hard day, and I was talking to my therapist about how you can't be mean to me. It's like, that's so cringe. Like, put your nuts on the table, bro. Like, come on. It blows me away. It's like, you gotta kind of commit. Like, I'm not saying you can't change your mind. I'm just saying you can't change the facts. No. You were being negative.
Yeah, you either commit or you recognize that, okay, I was an ass and
exactly.
apologize or whatever. It's one or the other.
Fair enough. Sorry, I came off strong. I just missed when you play this game, and you were. That's fine. You can say that, but to like, you know what I mean? If your first, like, boil it down to this: if your first message is bitch, and I look into the camera and I go bitch, you don't get to say you're being so mean. That's what it is. You can say your next message can be, sorry I came off so strong, and then I'll say, no, it's good, man, we're cool. You can't say you're being mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the essence of it right there. You know what I mean?
The one interesting aspect of this too is that makes this more complicated, I guess. And then again, this is like inside baseball, but I think, like, for the people who care about understanding us, I think this is helpful context that most people wouldn't think of. What they do is they imagine the experiences that they have in those situations, and they give advice relative to that, which in many ways is not necessarily comparable. You know, if someone talks shit to you on, like, Twitter, like, just don't give them attention and move on.
Yeah.
But the whole, like, what can you do, right? You can call them out, you can talk shit, you can ignore them, and a lot of people will say ignoring them is the right thing.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. If you have a community, you can't just ignore them and they go away, because 3 of your viewers will instantly respond to them.
Yeah.
They'll respond to them, attacking your viewers. 3 other people will jump in, and now it's a food fight. And imagine telling the substitute teacher when there's a food fight going on, just ignore them. Don't let them get to you.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, I gotta, like, you know, so most of the time I just speed run right to, I'm going to have to get involved anyway, so I might as well just get involved my way right ahead, you know. Now there's, like, better ways of doing that than you know, not. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I know 95% of the people's gut reaction is just don't give them the attention, bro.
Yeah.
And like what I said, where it's like, there's this spiral you can get into.
Yeah.
The solution isn't just to ignore them, because it's not just one person behind one keyboard and one person behind one keyboard.
Yeah.
It's one person behind a camera with an audience that interacts with that other person.
Yeah.
Now, you could just ban them.
Yeah.
And if you don't react and you just ban them, well, then you get a reputation that I have, which is I can't handle people who disagree with me, and I insta-ban everybody who doesn't agree with me. And it's like, well, no, actually, very often I just insta-ban people because I recognize that this is just way too complicated of a thing to even bother.
Yeah, it's just going to go in circles.
Yeah. And the unfortunate and the worst part about that is that sometimes you get some friendly fire, because 1 out of 10 is someone who was making a joke, didn't realize they didn't have the kappa, and you think they're being an asshole, but you can't. The moment you ask them if they're serious and they go, why are you mad, bro? Well, now you've already given them attention and it devolves. So you kind of just have to be like, there's a 1 out of 10 chance that I'm banning a cool person for no reason.
Yep.
Imagine walking into a room and being like, hey, what's up, guys? And everyone goes, fuck you. And then you just like, you walk out and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that's the unfortunate thing, is that, like,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why timeouts are the best. You hit them with a 1 week timeout, and it's like they're coming back They're coming back after the 1 week timeout with exactly the type of energy that tells you everything you need to know. You hit them with a timeout and they come back and go, yo, I got timed out a week ago. I was totally joking. You go, my bad. They come back, what the fuck, bro? It's not a free country anymore? Oh, dude, that's the easiest ban of your life. The timeout weeds them out, man. The timeout weeds them out.
The fear I have always, and this is the thing, like I think I give people way too much credit. I think there's a chance that a well-meaning person could misunderstand the timeout, and that could make them, because there are times where like, someone's a little shitty to me, and then I hit them with like a 200% response.
Yeah.
So I might just time someone out, and then it might turn someone who was cool into an asshole. So I'm always worried about that.
But a ban will do the same thing.
Well, yeah, but the ban, I don't have to see them again.
Yeah.
The timeout just
you turn them into an asshole, and then yeah, but it's like, okay, so your thing is like, if I ban people, there's like, these are all made up numbers. 10% of them are gonna.
If I'm gonna have friendly fire, I at least hope they just go away.
Exactly. Yeah, what Veritas was said is, if I'm gonna have friendly fire, I at least hope it's a kill shot.
Yeah, because listen, the last thing I want to my buddy to be like, "Oh, did you shoot me, man?" Because I'm like, "Oh shit, oh, I put him out of his misery." Oh no, it's the scene from the movie. I don't even remember what movie it is, but they try to put like an animal out of its misery and they just can't kill it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, I don't want him suffering.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
My god, that's so funny. That's so freaking.
And I know we're like half joking here, but there is also the thing which is like I have like 5 moderators, but really I have like 2 moderators pretty much.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like, I've literally just never really moderated many people because I tend to be pretty quick with the moderation anyway.
Yeah.
And I always feel guilty that it's like, I don't like making people like work.
Yeah.
Not that it's like work, but like, so, but without fail, when I time people out, more often than banning, I find, although they're not immune to this with banning either, but it feels like it's more with timing out because I think that they can convince that they can get like untimed out.
Yeah.
Is that the people then, I have DMs on Twitch shut off.
Yeah.
So then the people then like harass the mods.
Yeah.
And basically you're like, what the fuck? What did I do? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I always make it explicit, especially if people are super mean and super rude to my mods. It's really easy for like a mod, like an overpowered mod, to like ban the person out of like spite.
Yeah.
Which in my opinion sometimes is like funny and warranted. But I go out of my way to be like, I'm not gonna let my mod ban you. I'm gonna make it be known that I'm the one who's gonna ban you. Just don't talk shit to my mods.
My mods are sick fucks that love it when people talk shit to them because then they can exercise their power.
Like, ban anyone.
Dude.
Now, granted, TOS is also like that as well. He's like, and I ban somebody, and he's like, "Oh, I was playing with that."
Yeah, dude, that's how young it is. No, dude, it's like, it is funny. There's also a catharsis I get out of the timeout that, like, do you agree that there's a ban is a higher tier punishment and a more severe punishment, but there's something more disrespectful about a timeout. Like they're like a pest, and I find catharsis in that. Like, I want you to know I am treating you like a child. I am putting you in timeout because it's so funny. Like, as a parent, especially, like definitely like the Venn diagram of people who say you definitely absolutely have to spank your kids because that's how I was spanked and that's how we all learn discipline. The Venn diagram of people that say that and people who drop N-words in the DMs of my mods when they get timed out is a perfect fucking circle, bro. It's insane. Anytime they put someone in a timeout, Holy shit, they lose. It's like more than a ban when you time somebody out and they are the asshole that you should have banned. They cannot, like, I don't know if it's like emasculating or whatever, they cannot handle it. And then you just have the receipts. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? Like not that anybody would, but like if an audit ever happened, it puts you in such a powerful position to be like, yeah, they weren't even that rude. I didn't ban them. And then look what they did. Like I wish there was an IRS of Twitch that would be like, why is this person banning your channel? Oh God, you just have like, oh my God, I don't know why it makes me feel so powerful. Maybe I'm a sick fuck, but it's crazy. Dude, last thing I'll say on this. Imagine open source moderation tools. Oh my God. 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 I want, like when somebody, like instead of banning somebody, I want to say you're banned in my chat until you type the words JesseKazam is a great kisser 600 times and Control C and V are disabled on your keyboard. You actually have to type it.
Oh, wow.
Imagine being like, you're banned in my chat until you watch my 90-minute video.
I mean,
my 90-minute YouTube video. Oh, imagine open source moderation tools, bro.
Well, I think you can like build Twitch bots. I think that can do that kind of thing.
I don't know. I don't know how you would connect that.
It would involve way too much work.
Yeah, I don't know how you would
Kinda
connect that
like,
with like actually banning and unbanning. Like, cause I want that when they type that out, as like I don't even have to approve it.
Well, yeah, but
as soon as they type it out,
you give bots the ability.
Moderation tools. Yeah.
So really, it's just logic for a bot to do a thing to make it. That's all the bots are, right? There's some kind of logical condition that is met.
I gotta get seal on that.
Yeah, like I know, like even it's been a while since I've been to Markstrom's stream. I wonder how Markstrom's doing. I miss him. But
dude, I actually popped in his stream this morning. He was playing Tarkov. Funnily enough, he took a long break from Tarkov.
Yeah, I just don't even open Twitch anymore.
That's fair.
So, but I'm still subbed to like fucking 50 channels, ironically. But when you resub to him for, I don't know if he does it anymore, but I remember for a very long time, individual people had, maybe it's like after like a year or something, individual sub alerts.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and there was all kinds of other stuff in there too, but like, yeah, so like every time I sub to him, and it's so funny because I go in there like every 4 or 5 or 6 months or whatever, and I always get reminded that like I spent like 2 hours in Logic Pro making a little stinger sound for when I subbed, and it's like this beautiful like arpeggiation, like whole tone scale, and it's like subscribe to Markstrom, and then it's me going fuck you Markstrom, just like way too loud, and every time I resub I get to listen to that every time, and it's funny because he doesn't even have to look up to see who's subbing.
That's insane.
But yeah, there's there's things you could possibly do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though, because I think I probably have quite a significant Twitch ban list.
Okay.
If you had to guess, how many people do you think you've ever blocked on Twitter?
10.
Yeah, I think I've maybe blocked 6 people ever.
10 or less. Yeah.
And I think that like that just goes to show at least like my logic with the stuff, which is like I ban people because I just don't. It's like this is different.
Yeah,
I don't ban people because you hurt my feelings or whatever. It's because you're disrupting the show for one reason or another, and sometimes it's like whatever it is to get to where we want to be, whether it's sometimes people think I ban them because I disagree with them, and it's like never the case. It's almost always the case that they disagree while being an asshole.
Yeah,
but they think it's because I disagree.
Yes.
It's like it's the other thing.
Yes.
The other thing there.
That's that happens. That happens so often. It's like, I think this game sucks. It's like their message, and then somebody responds, I don't think this game sucks. I think that's a dumb opinion. And then their response to that is like, you bleep, 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 you know, just monka ass shit. And then we banned them. And it's like, I literally got banned for saying this game sucks. You guys are so soft. And I'm like, no.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that.
No,
it's my favorite.
no, it was the racist shit you said when somebody disagreed with you. It wasn't the video game opinion. Oh, it's insane. Or that, or all the time. It's like, once again, emasculate them. That's the point. It's like Ahmad told you to stop. Like Ahmad was like, hey, can we move this conversation elsewhere? It's just disrupting chat. And then 6 more thing comes through and it's like, I got banned for having a simple conversation. I was like, no, you got, like, literally my 7-year-old knows this, man. You got banned for not listening. Oh my God. Anyways, that's enough of that. It's funny stuff, man. It's funny stuff. Anyways, before we move on and talk about a little more.
Next thing.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Before we move on and talk about some more gaming stuff, I do want to take a quick second and thank the third and final sponsor for this episode, and that is Huel. Dude, Huel, you got it. There's an angle there where you can see it. It wasn't this one, that's for sure. Anyway. Huel, dude. Huel is great and has been a lifesaver. I was actually so excited. So we partnered with Huel before. I was really surprised at their drinks. Their Black Edition RTD ready to drink. That's what he's got right there. It's like you can use it as like a protein shake. You could use it as basically like a whole meal replacement if you want. And I was really surprised at how good they were. They had the chocolate and vanilla. That's what we got last time. And they sent us some more. And I'm so excited that they sent us a variety pack because like they got the new flavor peanut butter chocolate, and then
this is peanut butter chocolate,
and then the one I drank yesterday was the coffee. Iced coffee is one of the flavors.
Shut up.
Iced
I
coffee.
just opened the box, sliced into one, grabbed it. Oh,
one of the flavors, yeah. So it's like I knew I was vibing with the chocolate and the vanilla, both delicious. I think there's like a strawberry banana one. There's the peanut butter chocolate, and then there's the iced coffee one. And there, dude, the flavor on these is really good. Like genuinely, you know, we talk about this all the time. Where my wife talk about this all the time. The proteinification of everything. Like I had something, and it was like it's got like 48 grams of protein in the bar, and then you bite it and you taste it, and it tastes like. It's like, man, I would eat more of these if you put half as much protein in it and let it like taste good. Like it's all about just like the highest number possible, even at the expense of taste. And I'm always like, man, I would eat more of these and then get more protein if it was like a little bit less protein in each and it tasted better. You know what I mean? And so these, like I don't know, to me personally, they don't taste like this insane protein drink. They taste like chocolate milk. It tastes like iced coffee flavored chocolate milk. Like I vibe with them heavy. The Black Edition RT ready to drink, 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, no artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors. They're gluten-free, so if that's kind of a part of your life, you can vibe with this. A complete meal you can literally grab and go, and they come out to less than $5 per meal. Having a bunch of those in the fridge, especially when I'm streaming and I'm like, oh no, it's 1 p.m. I forgot to eat lunch. You know what I mean? I can just go grab that, and it satisfies me till dinner. Get a breakfast in the morning, especially the iced coffee one. I didn't make my coffee. I want a breakfast. You grab that, boom, you're good to go. And then they also sent us the Black Edition powder, which is the...
Oh, Meg tried that. I haven't tried it yet. Meg loves it, and she's probably going to have most of it.
Yep. So now that's like it's a little bit more customizable. You like it with less water. You like it thicker. You want to do 2 scoops, and get, 70 grams of protein. You can do that. So that puts it a little bit more kind of in your... You can mix it with some people. I never did this when I did like protein mixes like that. Some people do it with water. Some people do it with milk. Some people do it with almond milk. Some people do it with a type of milk that's, sits better with their stomach. So the powder kind of gives you that. It's the same, 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins, minerals. But now you can mix it with whatever you want. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want. And obviously like the shelf life of those things is like forever because it's powder. So yeah, dude, I don't know. I love them. I vibe with them heavy.
Yeah, dude. Like this year, I'm trying to for sure get healthy. This is the year, man. And like there's a lot of different options that I'm trying to sort of employ to make my life easier.
Yeah.
And like this is like one major prong, right? Like other things might make it easy to cook stuff. Other things might make it so that you can have a meal that's a lot easier and quicker to prepare than like full cooking.
Yeah.
This is like a meal without having to do anything.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
This is like, this is the thing that like, basically I can have like a hot coffee and like one of these, and that'll last me until dinner time pretty much. So yeah.
Yep. So if you're trying to stay consistent, this combo makes it extremely easy. For a limited time, you can get Huel today with our exclusive offer, 15% off online with code POGCAST. That is code POGCAST at checkout. New customers only. Thank you to Huel for partnering and support our show. When you purchase, they'll ask where you heard of Huel. Let them know we sent you. That is code POGCAST at Huel.com for 15% off your order. Thank you to Huel for sponsoring this episode. Bing bong. So yeah, other gaming things. So I've been playing a lot of Arc. I'm enjoying that. They finally I guess the final chapter in the saga of the Tarkov thing with like, so at first people were going to Terminal and escaping, and there were so few people doing it, they were doing it by themselves. And then people started realizing that, like you said, you could spawn with other people in Terminal. And then people realized that you could spawn with other people and there would be less seats on the bus. And then Nikita said they fixed it, and the fix was that no matter how many people there was only one seat on the bus. And then, so what the update there is, they said that was a bug and they didn't mean to do that. Yeah, right. But then they clarified now, and of course their clarification makes it more confusing. They were like, here's how it works now. If you make it into Terminal and there's only 2 people, there will be 2 seats on the bus. If you're in Terminal with 3 people, there will be 3 seats on the bus. If you're in Terminal with 4 people, there will be 3 or 4 seats on the bus. If you're in Terminal with 5 people, there will be 4 or 5 seats on the bus. So it was like, everybody was like, this is so stupid. And then they were like, we fixed it. And then they fixed it by making it worse. And then they were like, well, that making it worse was a bug. And then they fixed it by maintaining the thing that sucked, but only sometimes. And everybody was like, bro, like the whole point, you guys said that the Terminal thing was like supposed to be played with like a squad. If I bring my homies, one of us just has to die. Like, it's so crazy. But take that with what you will. I've been playing Arc, loving it. We got some new content, some new events coming down the pipeline. That's been great. I've been really just enjoying. Man, it was funny how like playing Tarkov once again. Through all the hate, I still talk about the what Tarkov does well all the time, like the tension, the stakes, like some of that is like the best in any game ever. But, like instant queue times, when you die, you can spectate your friend. When you die, you're instantly back. Not all these like loading times. And like what I found to be interesting, so this is not, if you're listening to this, I mean, if you made it this far, then I don't know. If this is not a negative towards Tarkov, but there's an irony in there's so much more PvP in Arc Raiders. Which is funny because there's an irony in like that Tarkov is like the Chad game, right? This is the hard game. This is the PvP game. I played Tarkov for 6 hours today. I think we got into 6 fights. 3 of those fights, I just died to a guy, like 6 fights with players. 3 of those fights, we just died to a guy. Like I was walking up the stairs and then there was just a guy there and he shoots me. And most of the raids were me like questing. Valiant had prestiged, so he's like relatively low level again. He's questing. I was kind of doing a couple quests on whatever map. So like most of the raids, we were just like running around questing and we didn't find anybody. Some of the raids, we ran around questing and then just died. LOL. And then like
like when you say just died, like
yeah, like I was just walking and then I just got and then I just got sniped. Or like I rounded a corner and there was a guy on the stairs. Boom, I'm dead. And then there were a couple of raids where we like got into fun fights and I killed a guy and then maybe I died or whatever. But it's like, it's so funny because it's like every Arc raid is like nonstop PvP from the moment you spawn to the moment you leave. Like which just breaks the like I don't know I forget, I don't know what word I'm trying to say here. The illusion of what people think. I just find it so funny that like,
because it's yes. Literally like it's more combat, it's less boring, less running around, like less running simulator.
Yes, exactly. It was like I just found it so interesting that I was like, I love Tarkov and I'm still going to continue to play it, but I was like weirdly like bored running around.
But that's what makes it hardcore, dude, is that the fights are they're completely unpredictable, and what I mean by that is sometimes you go 45 minutes 100%. Without ever seeing a human.
No, yeah. And genuinely, like, that's why I said this isn't a slight against Tarkov. I do think that creates tension for sure. What I'm saying is it's just so fascinating that it's like some of the ways people talk about the games, like, you know what I mean? Like they'll say like Arc is, Care Bear, PvE, everyone's holding hands. And like me and Ham are like fighting for our lives, fighting 8 squads of people. And in Tarkov, you might only fight one person, but that fight might be like incredibly stressful. Like, because like you could extrapolate that even further. DayZ is like even further. Like DayZ, you might fight one guy a day, but that's kind of what makes it extremely stressful, right? Like I'm not saying it's that one is better than the other.
I think, okay.
I just found that to be interesting.
The extent to which Tarkov, I don't know if this is a hot take because it's been so long since I think about these things. So now it's like, maybe this is a fresh take, or maybe this is what I've been saying all along, or maybe this is what everyone else has been saying all along. And I suddenly changed my, but like the extent to which Tarkov is hardcore is not how often there's combat, and it's not how intense the combat is. That makes it fun and intense. That doesn't make it hardcore. What makes it hardcore is the extent. It's how annoying it is when you survive while combat is still happening. Yeah. It's basically, it's hardcore in that you have to figure out, like, do I bleed out and limp, or do I fight? And for sure. The decision making mid combat, if you're lucky enough to survive the first 18 femtoseconds. Yeah. That's what it is, right? Like, because Fortnite has more combat than probably fucking Arc, per second. Maybe not actually.
If you go like hot drop or whatever.
But like, no one would say it's more hardcore. But yeah, like it's. And but I would say that, like, even if there's more combat in Arc, you just kind of hit one button, right, and that generally heals you. Like, it's not, you don't have like stim. There's you have shields and health. Shields and health. Yeah. So that is what makes that less hardcore. See, now what we have to do is we have to separate hardcore from it makes you cool to play the game. Yeah. We're playing video games. None of us are cool. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
G.I. Joes for adults.
Yeah. So really, it comes down to like, how many medium difficulty Sudokus do you have to do mid combat? Yeah. That's what makes Tarkov hardcore. Yes. It's, have you done today's New York Times Wordle yet? Yeah. Or no?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like, this wasn't a slight against Tarkov or it was challenging even my own preconceptions about how I define, exactly like you're saying, how I define how hardcore Tarkov is. And I truly would not want the pace of combat in Arc Raiders in Tarkov. God, no. Because of, well, like you said, because of all the other externalities that are required to survive, even if you win a fight, it's not set up for that pace. And actually, the point of this is I would actually, if it were up to me and me alone, I would slow Arc down a little bit. I think sometimes, depending on the map and depending on the situation you're in, there's less dynamic range.
I was just gonna say it's dynamic range.
Yeah, sometimes
it's be more sleep token, less Slayer.
Yeah, sometimes Tarkov raids have no dynamic range in that you literally don't see anyone. Like there's no circumstance you're playing an Arc raid. If you're in like the PvP matchmaking, you're not seeing anyone. 0% chance. But in Tarkov, that might happen a lot, and there's 0 dynamic range. But sometimes Tarkov has the dynamic range dialed in perfectly. I would say Arc, I would actually like a little bit more time between fights. maybe 1 or 2 less teams on the map, maybe 1 or 2, less respawns to allow for a little bit of that pacing where you get into a fight, you kind of stabilize a little bit, you're moving around, you're fighting some arc, and then you get jumped again. So I didn't mean that as a slight against Tarkov. If anything, I would move the needle of Arc just slightly that direction. I think, like we said, because of how many medium difficulty Sudokus you have to do so many less in Arc, so you can afford more combat. So I just found that to be interesting, the whiplash of that.
There too has to also be that, like, can you see your stats in Arc?
A little bit. Yeah. There's like a codex.
What's your survival rate? It has to be higher in Arc.
That is funny. No, you can't see survival rate weirdly enough. Weirdly enough, you can see like how many players you've downed, how many people you've rezzed, how many Arc you've killed, but it doesn't show survival rate. Weirdly enough,
you should like grab a Post-it note and just like mark when you go into a raid, when you die. I would be interested to know in like a weekend or whatever.
I genuinely think it's less than Tarkov.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Like,
well, but that's probably because if you have like a 70% survival rate, let's just say in Tarkov, and you do 1 run a day, you have a 70% chance of having 100% good raids.
Yeah.
20% of the time, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have like a 60% chance of surviving in Arc, but you have 7,000 fights in a day, you're going to die 3,000 times a day.
And that's what it is. My survival rate, and I think most people are like this, my survival rate on a wipe, day 6 of the wipe, my survival rate is always the highest it'll ever be. Right? Because in Tarkov, you have the ability to basically say, I don't want to fight. Now, that doesn't always work. Sometimes you're going to run into a guy at extract. Sometimes you're going to run into a guy extract camping, right? But in Arc, there's so much like, it's harder to be like, I just don't want to fight. You can definitely do it, but it's harder. And so exactly that. You have that. So like my survival rate in Tarkov always is high at the beginning. And then once I start like engaging in the games and like really doing the rinse repeat raids, once I get to the point in the wipe where like all day today, I'm going to just grind shoreline raids. Like I want to go in, loot up, fight some people, whatever. The survival rate goes down and it stabilizes because I'm pumping more reps through. You know what I mean? And in Arc, there's no wait time going in. There's no load time going out. Kitting up is easier and faster. And so you're going. It's so fast. And once again, the pace of combat is like you can win 4 fights in Arc Raiders and then just lose that 5th one. Whereas if you win 4 fights in Tarkov, you're the only one left in the lobby. Now, obviously, sometimes in Tarkov, you get those raids where you killed, 10 people or whatever. But once again, it's like we talked about. That's a completely different experience than maybe 50% of the Arc Raiders community has because they're in the aggression-based matchmaking lobbies down kind of basically at a PvE side, and they're not getting in any fights, and their survival rate's like super high, and that's fine. I was just saying that I was just like, this really wasn't a slight at either game. It was just basically an interesting insight, having the whiplash of like, playing a lot of Arc and then playing a day of Tarkov with Erring Marine and then go back to playing a lot of Arc and then playing a day of Tarkov with Vel. It's just interesting like how aggressively different the pace of the games are. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think this might be a dud, but I instantly, before I even finished creating this metaphor in my head, I'm like, this is the best one I've ever come up with. And I was going to do a different comparison, which I will still do afterwards, but it'll fall short, but that's okay. You go big early.
Yeah.
And you finish not strong. Arc is like old Disney with the OG Fast Pass and like the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Tarkov is like new Disney with like the fucking Harry Potter ride or whatever. No, okay, that I take it back. That was bad. There's something there.
There's something in there. You got to mine it out.
We'll workshop it. The problem is that I couldn't think of any really good new rides off the top of my head. But what confuses the metaphor is that I was saying the new thing was the old thing.
Yeah.
And that's where it's not like factually wrong, but it just gets a little conflated.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you used to be able to get fucking fast passes, and I could ride like Rock and Roller Coaster basically 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Now, when I go to Disney, I wait in line for 90 minutes for a ride that I was like, 90 minutes for a ride. You know what? Okay. The Tron ride.
The Tron ride?
It's like waiting fucking 2 hours for the Tron ride.
Yeah.
That is one of the sickest roller coasters, hands down, in Disney right now. Ever. Except there's just it's a Gregorian year that you have to wait to ride it.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. It's like riding rock and roller coaster 6 times in a row
when there's no line,
or waiting 2 hours to ride the better roller coaster.
Yeah. It's rock and roller coasters. Cool.
Exactly. It depends on the situation you want to be in. 100%. Once again, I feel like I'm still going to get flamed in the comments, but I have to say again, this was not meant to compare, like directly pit the two games against each other or say one is better. It was just like, when you have, there's more variety in the extraction shooter space now, so it's interesting to see how the pace of them flies out. Because, like I said, as soon as I get into a couple of firefights in Tarkov, I'm instantly reminded of like this feels different than Arc. Like I've had some really stressful, intense Arc raids, some Arc raids that raise my heart rate, but there is something about that, like a Tarkov firefight, where like you can be in a fight with one team for a long ass time. Like the pace of fight, even though the TTK is longer, the pace of fight in Arc Raiders is relatively consistent because like, you know, you drop one, you push the fight. The TTK in Tarkov adds even more dynamic range. Sometimes you see a guy and you shoot him once and you kill him. Sometimes you're on woods and you're in a snipe battle with one other guy for 20 minutes. And so there is some like heart rate pumping. There's some, something that only happens in Tarkov. So when I say that the pace of fight is slower, and I think I chose my words poorly earlier when I was saying I was surprised at how bored I was. I don't mean that boredom in a bad way. Sometimes it's great to talk to chat during that boredom. But sometimes it's just slow. But then wham, you turn a corner and there's a guy there and you react really fast. And then and then all of a sudden you're in this like 10, 15 minute fight that's like super intense. So it's just interesting to see those pace of fights play out. I like that in Arc because of how much I can play. I feel like I can like work on getting better faster. Like
the repetition.
Yeah, Factory was that back in the day, back in your day. It was like I can get into Factory the fastest. I can get 2 other players in Factory the fastest. And when I die, I can just rekit up for Factory the fastest. And so that was like how you got better at Tarkov. And so I feel that in Arc, because we're just so constantly fighting. Like I'm constantly talking to him about like, dude, we had those 2 fights were so good. And this one, I shouldn't have pushed. I swung too wide. I did this thing. And I can just feel myself kind of working on that.
Yeah. So like, I remember my OG video about, it wasn't actually OG. It was one of my later videos, which is like how beginners get good at Tarkov. And my advice was effectively, everybody always says the first advice is learn the maps. And I'm like, nah, dog. Like I don't think that's good advice at all, because that's like, oh, you want to learn French? Cool. Learn the dictionary.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather be like, learn how to say a few sentences first, learn how to order food. That's like play Factory. Learn how to order lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I played Arc for that one day, just being able to have infinite scav runs where I don't have to worry about loading up and I don't have to wait. Yeah. It made it so that like I could learn the exfils, and just being on one map. Yeah. I could just learn the areas. Yep. And I learned it. And those maps are the map I was on was like bigger than fucking, I don't know if I'd compare to like customs. I don't know how they compare.
Yeah, it's so hard to compare, but they seem big. Yeah, they seem pretty large. Yeah.
But I would learn one of those maps easily in a day, where I don't think I could learn customs in a day, because it's more complicated. There's no map, and you'd get 3 raids in.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas you could do 300 free scav runs. Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to say was, so I remember there was a podcast. It was one of these, it might have been Radio Lab, where they like featured a really interesting story about like music, I think. And one of the episodes talked about this one song from the Seattle Symphony that now I'm convinced it's the musical equivalent of an Escape from Tarkov raid.
Okay.
Of the average Escape from Tarkov raid. Not the best, not the worst.
Yeah, okay.
The average. And I would say like the average Arc, I'm making this up because like I don't really know, but like I don't know. I want to say it's like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers or like Foo Fighters or something
Yeah.
where it's just like kind of alt rock, you know, like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's consistent. This song is called, from the Seattle Symphony, is called Become Ocean. Okay.
Okay.
It's 42 minutes long. I'm going to play you just a few seconds
Okay.
of, and I don't think it's possible that this could be copyright.
All right.
We'll find
We'll
out.
find out.
Worst case, we'll mute the 11 seconds or whatever. This is how it starts out. Wait, hold please. I have like 17 mute buttons, and I have them all. After that last debacle where I accidentally was like, "Rah!" randomly out of nowhere. Let's see. Can you hear anything?
Just a very low rumble.
I'm going to hit the right arrow key a few times.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go forward 10 minutes. You're in dorms.
Yeah.
You're searching dorms. Okay. 14 minutes. You're about to leave dorms. There's not been a gunshot in the fucking raid. Okay. Now I'm going to fast forward to the graph.
Yeah.
Part of the. This is 21 minutes in.
This is you trying to figure out which heal to use.
And then it takes the next 20 minutes to basically just decrease from there. That is a Tarkov raid. It's just like, oh, and this is like the whole thing. The whole thing.
Become
That's a Tarkov raid.
Ocean. Yep. I like
Honestly, it's like if you ever, oh, you know what? Oh my God. I have like one of my videos somewhere in Tarkov. I literally like used that at one point as like a vibe when I was like walking around. It's in one of my obscure highlight videos, like highlight video number 916 or something.
Yeah.
No one will ever find. I just remembered now that I had like, I went like full immersion. And while that was playing, but yeah, that's a song that like I could see listening to. I don't know. I don't do yoga or anything, but like there's a certain vibe where I would want to listen to a totally ambient, literally just crescendo, decrescendo,
Bro,
for 40 minutes.
You're on a road trip. Everyone else in the car is asleep and the sun is setting.
Oh, that would be cinema.
You got nothing else to do. Like you're not thinking. You've been on the road for hours. You've already thought all the thoughts and you just flow state. Yeah.
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 Just, you're probably going to want to decrescendo the volume knob as it crescendo.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my God, this just reminded me. This is the unhinged part where we just have like a bunch of like series of
conversations.
Yeah. Driving back from my cousin's wedding, and my other cousin was in the front, who I see like a couple times a year. He's like one of my best friends. And Meg was in the back, passed out with her ass out. I mean, she was just sleeping. And I was showing him Sleep Token. I've never had to be like volume up, volume down, volume up, volume up.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta play
like,
that like an instrument, bro. Just like
Yeah,
Yeah.
have to like look back. Like I want the drop to hit hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You're trying to find the line. How loud can it be? Yep. For sure.
Oh, last thing. Series of thoughts. Watch the official drum playthrough for Monica Lewinsky.
Ooh.
It's actually an incredibly
Listen to that song
complex. It's an incredibly complex.
Is there like did Hot Mulligan do a thing?
Yeah, it's the official.
Wow.
It was like 3 months ago too. Just fucking chat. The song is called Monica, Lou, and Skibbity. It's the most meme song of all time. I can't listen to it without crying.
Yeah.
Like actual tears of sadness.
Yeah.
Actually. And it's one of my favorite songs ever.
I agree.
I'm gonna play the first 3 seconds of it. The first intro riff, it's like, oh shit, I've listened to it a million times and I never really thought about how complicated the drums were, because I was always listening to the words.
Yeah.
Okay. He does it again. He's like working, dude. Like, yeah, he's working. It's a banger of a drum.
I'll pull that up.
Yeah,
that song. Yeah. Holy moly. Yeah. Monica, Lou, and Skibbity. But yeah, I mean that's I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's the stuff. It's funny. I've had the cheating situation has gotten pretty interesting in Arc because RMT is there now. It's nice when you report somebody and they get banned, you get all your stuff back. It's actually really sick. I've had it happen a couple times, but
it begins.
Yeah. There's RMT with like blueprints and stuff like that, or gear. You know, it's an extraction shooter, right? It's an extraction shooter where you can drop gear for somebody else and they keep it. I actually really don't know why every extraction shooter doesn't adopt the method that like ABI and Delta Force did, where if we load into a raid together and you drop me something and I extract with it, it gets mailed back to you. I do not get to keep it. It does every once in a while become annoying, because if you're trying to bring something out for your friend, even if they survive, you kind of have to bring it in for them again. But what it also does is completely kneecap RMT. You can no longer drop something for someone because you get it back. RMT is gone. And there's no insurance in these games, and gear is relatively easier to get. So it's like much less big of a deal for me to be like, yo, can you grab my Ven 4? It's like I have 50 of them in the stash. Like, it's not. So what you gain in return is like RMT goes bye-bye. Like, I'm sure it just gets much, much harder. Anyways, there's RMT, which means there's cheats. And you know, I've had like 5 people, like, you know, my vibes on Tarkov are maybe not overwhelmingly positive. If I'm a Steam review of Tarkov, you know, I went from 2021 overwhelmingly positive to, you know, mixed, I guess. But it's funny. You and I spent many years defending like, hey, BSG might not be the best at anti-cheat, but like this shit's hard. Like, don't die to a cheater and then immediately jump to a conclusion that they're like, you know, in cahoots selling the cheats. I've literally had a couple people be like, I may have been too hard on BSG after seeing what's happening to Arc already. Like, I've had a couple. It's just when you're only playing one game, you know, you think, and it's like, dude, I'm telling you, it's hard. And the big guys are getting it bad, bro. Like like Peanut,
Stream Snipers.
Yeah, Peanut, Shroud, you know, Nick Merckx, Hutch, Tfue, all these guys are like 14 raids in a row. Like, people like fly up to them or whatever. Like, it's which happens once again. Anytime a game is popular and popping off, the most popular streamers are always going to get it the worst. I really don't. I have run into a couple. You know what I mean? Like, and it's we ran into one yesterday. Like, it's mad annoying when it happens, but it really isn't like insane for the average person. But similar to what they did in Tarkov, right? We talked about this on the podcast a million times. Why do they do that? A, because it's funny to troll, but like B, it's a giant advertisement for cheats, because you see that like 70,000 people just watched you cheat on that guy. You know what I mean? And you cheat on him multiple times, and it's like it makes it seem worse than it is. So it's like, this is in no way like, you know, I actually heard Pina talking about this, where he was like, this is like the least like woe is me, like pity me streamer thing. He's like, I actually don't give a shit about that. The thing is I don't like, it just looks bad. I have 70,000 people watching me and I get cheated on 14 times in a row. Like, what is it's hard. What's the vibe that gets taken away from that? Like, you know what I mean?
You can't because you don't want to be playing a game that you don't want to be able to defend in some way, but it's hard to defend.
Exactly.
Where it's like, what are you supposed to say?
Exactly. Like, it's just, it's, you don't have to care about the streamer. You don't have to be like, yes, we have the easiest job ever. Like, you don't have to, I'm just saying, if you have 150,000 people watching you and you get cheated on 14 raids in a row, that's just not good vibes. You know what I mean?
Here's the question I have, because there's a couple things. The first one is, it's the obligatory, how do we know they cheat? Are they flying up and they have tentacle arms and they shoot a tactical nuke?
Yeah.
Or is it just they sketchily get one-tapped by the same name every game?
No,
There's different levels.
Yes. There's unfortunately, a couple of these guys haven't, and this is the other thing that's bad, a couple of these guys haven't been banned yet. So it's the same names killing these guys, sometimes multiple raids in a row and over the course of 2 months. And they fly up.
They fly in the air?
Yes, that happens rarely, but there's that. I haven't investigated every single claim. I've seen clips of people like flying around doing the fly hack thing. I've seen clips of people getting that might have been like an exploit thing, like a different thing than a cheat. Anyways, I've seen a couple of things that I was like, okay, that guy's cheating. I don't necessarily know what he's doing. And then of course you get the sus things, but a lot of it is the same guys over and over again, doing the super sus stuff.
So technically they could be god tier stream snipers. It's probably not. I mean, but in that case, if someone has a gun to your head and it's like, if you get this wrong, I pull the trigger and so,
within a reasonable person's amount of evidence needed.
Oof, I don't see. That's the thing.
No, but I'm saying like you and me, like we are the standard for reasonable people. Trust me.
But here's the thing: is that I don't, just like bots online, I don't ever really know. Even if it's like, even if I feel like it is, I still have to say that like I feel like I can't say.
Once again, there's no one saying everybody in those raids is cheating, but like there, once again, like Young says, he has a clip of somebody teleporting to extract. Like there are cheats, and some of those people who are doing that stuff have not been banned and show up multiple times a night for 2 months.
Yeah, see, and that's something
that on top of really good stream sniping is a really bad vibe.
Yeah, and Arc will, if they don't want the community to like rapidly turn on them and turn into Tarkov land, they have to deal with that ASAP.
Yes.
Now the unfortunate thing though is it can be a double-edged sword, because normal people, I would assume normies don't have the same issue with stream snipers.
No, like even I as a streamer, I don't.
Yeah, I think like some normies probably think that they are getting cheated on. Like there's some people who just feel like that, probably more than they should. So then having there be like special treatment, I don't really think that that's like an argument for any of this stuff. But basically what I want to say is that like they better be on that
100%. 100%,
because it's like that's the bare minimum that they should be.
Once again, I've seen some cringe takes out there where it's like, if Peanut quits this game because this cheating situation, this game is dead. Like that stuff is insane. But you don't have to be like, woe is streamers. You don't have to be like, Peanut is carrying this game on his back. You don't have to have those cringe opinions to just be a human and be like, okay, you have 10 or 20 streamers getting stream sniped and cheated on all day long. These guys have a cumulative of like a couple 100,000 people watching them. If those people get so tired of that and annoyed by the same names showing up and killing them for months that they all stop playing the game doesn't die, but it's also not a good look. And
it'll also get a reputation that maybe it doesn't deserve.
And it'll get a reputation that maybe it doesn't deserve. And the devs, like we have seen, the Cycle Frontier was a really like most people that were like, because I wasn't in that community hardcore. I played it a little bit. I was like, man, I hope they change some things. And then I kind of went back to Tarkov. But a lot of the people that you talked to that were really in that community said that this basically happened. The cheating got out of control. And then the perception of the game turns towards cheaters. And then the perception of the gamers turns towards the devs aren't doing anything about it. And the community crumbled. Arc Riaders has one of the greatest communities right now. Most new games do that find this level of success. I'm thinking Helldivers. Helldivers had a super solid community when it launched because everybody was loving it, the hype, the vibes. It was crazy. Everyone was playing. It was awesome. that can turn really quickly. So 100%. Are some of the people they claim to be cheating stream sniping? Yes. Is stream sniping cheating? Yes. I mean, I think it is. I don't care what your definition is. What I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be true that every single time Peanut says, I got cheated on, he got cheated on. They are absolutely getting cheated on. They are absolutely getting stream sniped by people that aren't getting banned. And it's just like, man, you kind of got to get this under control because it can just turn really quickly. The perception of the game, the perception of the developers, these people just influence hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. I don't think under any circumstances if Peanut stops playing the game is going to die. Like, I think all of that is crazy, but it's just a lot. It's just a big negative kind of thing. So
at least the one thing the game has going for it is that it doesn't have bugs that literally make normal people look like they have speed hacks and fly hacks and wall hacks like Tarkov did.
Yes.
Tarkov literally had bugs that were indistinguishable from legitimate cheats.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
And anybody that doubts that, it's easy to doubt it when you don't get to see your own shit from someone else's perspective.
Exactly.
Which is something that streamers get to do because you have your own perspective, and sometimes you get a chance to fight other people who then clip it locally, and then you get to compare. Most normal, like there's almost a 0% chance a normal person is ever going to be able to see the person
other
who killed
person's
them
perspective. Yeah.
So
100%. So it's like it's a tough situation for sure. I don't know how true this is, but I heard that there's a group of cheaters that stream snipe Peanut to protect him from other cheaters. Like they leave him alone, but they just I was like, I don't know how true that is or how you would know that, but just the thought of that was so entertaining. Like, oh my God, like vigilante cheaters cheating to protect Peanut from the cheaters that are stream sniping Peanut. But at that point, who's in your raid other than just like maniacs?
Yeah, see, I don't hate that. Just like I loved, bro, there's nothing more iconic in the early-ish days of Twitch than Wadu and Banana Man stream sniping Shroud. I don't care. I'm sorry, you can't convince me that wasn't a net benefit for humanity. I still, the fucking Gucci Gang remix with Wadu heck is still goated. The clip of No Shroud where he drives the car in PUBG off the cliff and Shroud jumps out of the car and lets Banana Man in the passenger seat just go off the cliff and you just hear no is still one of the greatest clips of all time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So yeah, I'll totally
But yeah, I hope that they lock it in. Just like Tarkov, I don't think my expectation is not like they fix cheating. You know what I mean? Like I think adding the thing that prevents RMT would be a huge boon, and then hopefully they find some exploits or some whatever that they can lock down. But I'm still having the time of my life, so I'm having a good time with it. But
good.
But yeah, so that's the stuff. That is the stuff this week. Thank you guys for hanging. Shout out to the real OGs that were here like 10 minutes before the podcast. I got a little mini Patreon episode.
They got a little PP.
They got a little PP.
A tiny PP, the mini PP.
If you want even more conversations like this that are often more unhinged and recently been talking about a lot of things happening in the world, you can go to patreon.com/thepodcastpod. You can get early ad-free access to these episodes if you miss parts of them, and you can get additional episodes that we film every week over there. Thank you to Ridge, Tushy, and Huel for sponsoring this episode. And we will definitely see y'all on the next one.
Sleep tight, sweet dreams.